Good morning, Blue Lilies. How you doing? It's much easier to fool a man than to convince him that he's been fooled, right? That's one of my favorite quotes of all time because it speaks so much to the human condition, right? We would rather be incorrect and right than correct and admit that we have been wrong for a very long time. It's just part of our ego. It's the way that we were built. And I'm seeing that all over the internet right now. People who don't normally wear tinfoil hats are starting to don them, and they're mad at us about it. They're like, you guys have made me think this way. You have poisoned my mind. I mean, yeah, the chaos of this Joker administration has led to an environment that's rife with conspiracy. And now you guys are making me think crazy things too. This is all your fault. Yeah, or criminals gone crim, right? We have criminals running our government, not alleged criminals, convicted criminals. The head of our entire country is a convicted felon. He was sued 2,500 times before he ever set foot in the Casablanca, and who knows how many thousands of times he's been sued since then. Yeah, it used to be a really good idea to wait for the mainstream media to confirm information before spreading it, but that's because we used to live in an ecosystem of diverse media companies. When we were kids, all of the individual channels that you watched on TV were owned by the individual networks themselves. Not all of them one by one, but there were lots of them, right? We are now existing in a system where everything that you see is owned by like 2 or 3 people. And those 2 or 3 people are heavily engaged with this administration. So no, you shouldn't only listen to what it is that they have to say. You wouldn't listen to a food safety study that came from a pesticide company, right? An environmental impact study done by the fossil fuel folks. Like, that's what it is now. But we have spent so much collective time and energy vilifying people who have questions and point out inconsistencies in our society that there's now a social pressure against it. And social pressure is one of the hardest instincts to overcome for human beings. There are people betting on the Polymarkets app right now about whether or not the US government is going to confirm the existence of UAPs before 2027. And that's so bizarre to me because I'm like, who do you need to say it? What more do you need to see? There's already been 2 congressional hearings about it where there was high-ranking officials talking all about it. Tim Burchett comes out and says something about it every single day. Marco Rubio, Kirsten Gillibrand, Anna Paulina Luna, like, they say it all the time. The government just bought aliens.org. Like, who do you need to say it? And when and how? They have been telling you for years now that they exist. And of course they do, because our little planet is nothing more than a grain of dust in the Sahara Desert that is the universe. But we have spent so much time convincing all of us that if you say anything about it, that you're nuts. Like, it's wild. So if you saw that picture of the Joker hanging out in the wings while he was grabbing onto his wife's movie so he could run away and thought, wow, you must have known there was only one person because otherwise you would have already been evacuated. You knew what happened. And then 2 days later, Lindsey Graham is trying to make it so that we're paying for the ballroom. Now, if that gives you pause and makes you realize that nothing about this is real, it's okay. You're not crazy. You're just critically thinking, and there's nothing crazy about that. But critical thought is just about the only thing that can put this corrupt system in grave danger. So you have to pick a side. And that is, do you want to go with the truth or do you want to go with the narrative that they are giving you? That's up to you, and I can't make that decision for you. But there's nothing wrong with you. You're not crazy. I mean, you might owe us an apology, but we can talk about that later. Keep your eyes up, keep your feet on the ground. I'll see you next time. Ta-ta.